Wow.
We ain't gonna see no more slacks, no more 501s greased up, and
No.
no more penalties,
Baby cups,
baby
no.
cups, the boots, the nice jewelry. You ain't gonna see that no more. No more wafers, no more tangos, doc.
No.
It's puro skinny jeans, homie, and Edgar haircuts, you know. You
You
know.
see my shoe shine box?
Yeah.
I was given to me
Yeah.
a 1951, 1950 shoe shine box with some old gloves in there they found, and my dad had one. You see my dad's
Yeah.
next to mine? He had one. He was charging 5 cents when he used to shine shoes in East LA.
That's right.
And my brother has this box. Now I
Yeah.
got my own box,
Yeah.
and I shine my shoes.
I just, I teach this to my kids only. I want them to continue the estilo. I know it comes with the territory. And they're gonna stereotype us right away. But to me, I pray that estilo never goes away.
But you know what, Anthony? I get a lot of compliments, huh, babe? Well, everywhere I'm at, and this ain't racism, and I'm not like that at all. But a lot of black men, older men, compliment me everywhere I'm at. I'll be at Cabazon. We were at the car dealer, remember selling the 54? And the gentleman looked at me and he goes, "Oh, I used to dress like that, man. You look sharp. Oh, I miss it. Let me see." I had my Stacy's on, I had my shirts. Oh my God, he took them back.
Yeah, I mean that estilo has been us. I do know that when I get a chance, I go into MC Pancho's page to see what pictures he's posted up. Cause that guy, man, that guy customizes a lot of his wardrobe, bro. And I wish I had the time to do it, but golly, man, he hit it. He hit it on the mark,
Yeah.
and a lot of his ropa has been customized, Italian stitching and all that, and man, boy, he's
Well,
a lot of gente like that, like the way we dress, like, golly, that's feeding me, but, it's sad to say it's going.
on that subject though, on that exact subject about his customizing his clothes, that's what got me interested with you and bringing you aboard with the scholarship program because of how you customized your jacket, you're taking the time, how you do your sarapes, everything, your guayaberas now.
Yeah.
You showed me some other stuff we can't speak on yet because I haven't seen it out yet, but I know you're coming out with it later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be sporting that one too.
Yeah.
But I seen that, and that's what we're gonna bring to the schools and these kids is that you could be your own person, and you could fathers can learn from you.
Yeah.
See, what I'm planning to do is put together a group. I have some vendors, some food vendors.
Yeah.
I have some artists. I have you. I have some branders that are branding out there.
Yeah.
And I made up a new word, brand banking, because there's a lot of brand banging out there.
Right.
Like the internet banging, branders that are doing their thing, hating on other ones,
Right.
and it's all no good, man. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a group together of our marvelous cultura, and that's our business. We are licensed NL, but a marvelous cultura foundation. And Marvelous Cultura Foundation is just that. And it's not an organization. It's a foundation what you would build on. A home. If your foundation ain't solid and you ain't got it right, your structure is gonna fall and crumble.
Right.
With anything that you do in life.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to come out with is a Marvelous Cultura Foundation.
Right.
And it's gonna be with different groups, artists.
It's very important that we work with the raza, with the Chicanos too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everybody has a different style. You know what I mean? I know there's Chicanos that listen to corridos and all that. That's their style. That's fine. Their trucks, their haircuts, their tight jeans or whatever. That's them. But for us, we know where we come from, and for us, we don't carry ourselves like that. Don't mean that we hate on them. You know what I mean? But we were raised the gangster way, we were raised the barrio way, we were raised the old school ways, and our cultura must continue. So if we could bring up our ideas, our art, our culture, and all that, like you said, then it could be even greater homes in the near future for our kids because, it's the kids are growing up and if you look back and you look at the pachucos and all that, you don't see people dressing like that no more. It's been dead, but you see them dress on a weekend like this is my ropa,
Actually, G and I were driving in East LA one day, and I saw a pachuco, And this guy was rolled with the hat, the feather was
Yeah.
like this big, right?
The
How big?
pants were up to
His
here.
pants,
Yeah.
with
his
the
chain,
suspenders.
and he's strolling, and it was Halloween, I think, or something around Halloween time, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I thought it was a Halloween costume,
Yeah.
and I rolled up on him, and I was in the neighborhood that you don't want to roll up on somebody, and I did, and this fool, he dropped, like he got scared, and I had my hat on, and I'm walking, what's up? And I go, hey, and he drops, and she's busting up, because when he dropped behind the car, the feather was still right there.
It's a long
And I was like, hey, I could still see you. And he's like creeping back up, like, oh shit. I go, hey man, I go, come here. I go, let me see what you're wearing. I got off the car. I told her, take a picture with me. He said, this ain't a costume. I dress like this every day. My uncles, my dad did this, and this is me.
Yeah.
And he's a youngster. And he had the
That's
full
right.
thing, full costume,
Yeah.
full. So I'm standing there, and I told him, man, I ain't gonna hurt you, bro. I'm from right here. My mom, she's a school teacher, an ex-school teacher, Miss Lerma. Man, it changed. He looked at us, how big? It made me cry because he says, your mom's Miss Lerma? He goes, you know that I pray for her all the time. I wake up and pray. How's she doing? I go, she's good. She's cancer, but he said, you know that she used to take me in the mornings and teach me how to read before school?
Mm.
Wow.
I know how to read because of her.
Dang.
I was like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, you know, bro. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know, bro. You know what I mean? And we might judge them because of the way they look,
Right.
but look, you right away. And he wasn't about gang banging or anything. He was just ducking down, and he said his steals and all. He should dress like that, and what a blessing, bro. But
Yeah.
people don't. They don't get the concept, bro. They don't
Right.
understand. But long as we get it, we keep on doing and
Yeah.
bringing things out and bringing light into our community.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, you know.
And not only the style, but I think little man could relate to this one, little man. My mother grew up in the 30s, right? The Great Depression, okay? And I always say this, and I'm patenting this, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. All right. I have a saying that our cultura is a what, babe?
A caldo.
A caldo is a caldo. And I've used this when I spoke with Cadillac and some principals, and I'm on video talking to the board at the Desert Rec District, 7 of them on a panel, and I used it and they loved it. It's an analogy.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, my mom was a little girl, and it was a recession that went into a depression, the Great
Right.
Depression.
Mm-hmm.
And people were lining up for soup
Mm-hmm.
because soup kitchens were the thing.
Right.
There's no food, there's no money. So a soup, a caldo, in our culture is a healing dish.
Mhm.
It's a poor man's dish. You could make boil a bone and you have some soup.
Yeah.
So I say this, and we have grandmothers, nanas, mothers who have done this for generations. And even some, because in the Mexican, culture, in our cultura, the men cook good too. So we have menudo for hangover, albondigas, right? Chicken
Yeah.
soup for colds.
Cool.
Okay, so all these caldos, right, that our grandparents and mothers have done for generations to feed us, to heal us. In the Great Depression, they lined up for soup, and it was healing them, people that were hungry, helping them, feeding them. So then why not now can we be a caldo?
Mm-hmm.
Our cultura is a caldo.
Mm-hmm.
If we got together and united, and what's a caldo? It's full of different ingredients.
Right.
You got meat, potatoes, celery, all the things you could throw in, right? And it don't have to be perfect. If we could come together as a raza, as a culture, and be a caldo to feed our communities, to heal our communities.
Mm.
They did it back then. It worked. It still does when you're sick. Mom makes you a soup.
Right.
I was gonna drop a bomb on, but why can't we then do that? And that's what I want to push is,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna patent that our cultura is a caldo
It is.
because
That's true.
Yeah,
and,
that is.
and I think to me that,
we gotta bring back traditions, right?
yeah, the individuals that have been around the block and all that, it's only right that they turn around and give back to the community or the next generation with the youngsters, so they won't lead into that same path and the same destruction and the same old lifestyle that we knew. You know, I do know there's a lot of people out there from different areas that have been through that scenario, and it's only right to turn back around and make it better for other individuals, you know what I mean? Little man loves the alphabet sopita. Serving the block, the unknown comic. He's the unknown comic, you
Yeah.
know?
You know what I used to hate? I used to always say, I'm not gonna
Oh, man.
hate fideo. I hate, because we all had fideo with tortillas and
fideo.
milk. A glass of milk, tortillas, and
That's it.
fideo. And my mom used to say, because I brought home everybody, all my homeboys, how we just visited a friend, Carlos, right? That stayed at my mom's with four of my other friends. And we always had somebody with us. And I'd bring a stray home. And she'd say, just add water. If we don't have enough, just add water. It blows it up, makes more. And everybody always ate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we shared beer. Everybody got a cup and boom, we had a 40. Boom, boom, boom.
That's true, you know what I mean? I just pray that our cultura, our stilo doesn't die out, and we keep on pushing it for the right positive reasons, and they don't look at it as just a stereotype. You know, today, even today, one of the homeless came up to the house and he's like, man, bro, they took our tables. They took our tables. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, the tables in the park,
Yeah.
where they kick it at, where they play dominoes and all that, they took those 2 tables. And he goes, what are you gonna do about it, brother? You know what I mean? Hey, Anthony, come on. I go, well, tomorrow, I'll go down there and I'll go fight it and I'll go, you know what I mean, push it. You know, it's the stereotype. Right away, they see the homies, they're playing dominoes or whatever, and, you know, they don't want nobody there, so they took out those tables out of the whole park, you know?
Yeah.
And
Why have a park if they're gonna take tables?
yeah.
Where are they gonna sit, you know?
Yeah, but they said, supposedly the public safety said, we don't want certain individuals in the park. That's the reason where they're kicking back at. We took the tables out. You know, oh, well, tomorrow I gotta go fight them. You know what I mean? The city. So you're stereotyping the homies. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
whole cats ain't even active. They're just kicking back, playing dominoes, do some barbecue. You know what I mean? And that's what they do. They just chill.
Yeah.
They don't cause no problems. They don't break into nothing. You know what I mean? But they ride their bikes there and just kick it. And it's behind the handball courts. And they took those chairs, those tables away. So, you know, it's sad because right away they want to stereotype us. You know, all those individuals here, they ain't got nothing to give or whatever. And right away they want to point the fingers. You know what I mean?
And you know why I just, G will be a witness to this. I go to meetings like this, and she trips out. One video, she said, "Did you see how this author was wearing? What he was wearing?" I don't change. I don't hide it.
Yeah.
I show it. I
Yeah.
embrace it, and so do they.
Yeah.
They talk to me, right, babe? She's heard principals call me at home and want me to work for the school. I mean, the principal just told me Friday, "I'm gonna call the district and get you in. I don't want to let you go." The reason that you're coming, or I've asked you to come to the table with this and do this with me, is because my plans are not only Riverside County, Coachella Valley, but the LA County, and all the way up north. From the south to the north, we're gonna hit all the schools. We're gonna take this program and we're gonna show them just the way you look, just the way we carry ourselves, that the stereotyping stops here at the door. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't happening with us no more.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
These
that's
kids-
what this is all about.
These kids could get their scholarship. These kids could get
Yeah.
something positive in life and
Yeah.
get to grow something even bigger than us, you know.
Yeah.
And I would love for them. You know, it's a blessing. I want to see our people in Congress. I want to see our people. Right now, I'm following this girl from Texas, and man, she's been pushing hard for the raza. And she's straight. Their parents were paisas. They were raised in the fields. You know, and this girl's getting a lot of feedback, bro, a lot of push, a lot of help, you know, and I would love for our people to make it up there. Maybe one day be a president, you know, if it's possible, you know, anything is possible. But if we just stay in the same old, and we don't push and we don't get up our behind and we just go to work at 9 to 5 and come home and just crack open a pisto and lay back on the couch. You know what I mean? You just really working, bro. You can do more. You just lay one day off of drinking and go do something positive for somebody. You know?
Go to my face page. I'm gonna send you this post. This was a couple years ago. It was 9 years in. A lady is leaving. I won't say names or departments, but she's leaving the district. And I'm cleaning, and I stopped at the soda machine to get a soda. Check this out, little man. I'm getting a soda, and she walks behind me, pulling her little case. 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. Work's over at 3. She's leaving at 5. I'm the night shift. She stops me and asks me, "Did they hire you like that? Can I ask you a question?" And I ignored her. And she said again, "Can I ask you a question?" I turned around, I said, "Sure." Got my soda. I'm holding my soda. I hadn't popped it open yet. I'm holding my soda. I'm waiting for the question. And she looks at me and she says, "Did they hire you like that?" And I looked at her and I said, "How?" She said, "With all those tattoos." And then I cracked open the soda. And I looked at her and I smiled. And I wrote this on a post. I said, it would have been an ordinary Friday, just a regular Friday until this. And I put it all in there. I said, yeah, they did. 9 years ago. I've been working for your district 9 years. And when I'm not working for your district, I'm an inspirational speaker for the district. They pay me. They've paid me on payroll to speak for parents at an after-school program. Mm-hmm. I said, so I inspirational speak for the district. I run my own catering business. My son's a professional boxer. I manage him. I meal prep for world champions. I run a nonprofit for kids. I said all these things. I'm a certified plumber, an AC technician, state licensed. And when I'm not doing any of these jobs, I'm riding in my 88 Cadillac, listening to oldies, thinking, what am I going to do next? And she looked at me, and I felt like asking her, did they hire you like that, with your jaw to the floor? Because she didn't know what to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, and I have it on my post, and I said, and they're actually writing a documentary on me and a book on my son and I. So when the book comes out, you know, and she stopped me there and she was like, I like you, you're good, thank you. And she went on her way. You know that she calls me by my name when she sees me now. 11 years I've been there. 2 years later, she says, hey, Mark. I said, hey. Yeah. Next is going to be Mr. Lerma. Watch, after the scholarship program, she's going to say, hey, Mr.
No, but it's true, bro. Right away, a lot of people think, no, this individual's up to this or that, or what prison he come out from, you know what I mean? What helping hand are they giving this about? But they don't know. They've stereotyped me before, bro. And the same thing, you know, I tell them what I've done, what I do, check me out. This is my business. And you know, like the last one was a case that we're helping out an individual. Can't get too much into detail, but we were in court. He's defending himself, and we're just there. And nobody's allowed in that court. The feds are involved in the case, you know, and I'm just there for moral support, spitting game at him, you know, and the district attorney gets up and she's like, no, Your Honor, you know what I mean? And nobody's allowed in this courtroom, you know. The defendant is there and he's being accused, and man, bro, the attorney that he has, the state appointed, he works for the Fed. He's a federal cases that he takes on. He got up and he spitted everything that I've done or been pushing, and they're like, oh. He goes, you know what, overjure, whatever he said, like block it off and go ahead, you can stay in the room. And they were just tripping out.
Overruled.
Yeah, overruled. They wanted me to get kicked out, you know? Yeah. So I just got up after the case and I go, Your Honor, thank you for letting me stay here. You know, he goes, you know what, young man, I wish you the best of luck, and I know that you're doing things, you know, and God bless you. I was like, hey, thank you. And I was the only one in the whole courtroom, bro. You know, it's a case, kind of like a heavy case, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm helping out the individual, you know, a mentor, helping them out, bro, you know, but they didn't want me in there, you know, but they don't know. Just because they stereotype an individual right away, oh, he's done this, who's that about them with the hat and the tango and everything. They didn't know, bro. You know what I mean? If you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, I'm an ordained minister, homie. You know, I qualify as a pastor, you know? And if I don't say those words, I don't say it because I'm not behind the pulpit, you know? But I know my calling, you know, I know my calling between me and God. So, you
That's
know,
right.
it gets a little heavy, but they right away, they want to stereotype, you know what I mean? And that's not cool, you know?
Yeah.
You know? What a trip, my brother. So, the 18th, right?
The
brother?
18th.
We're going to go speak with these kids.
October 18th,
I'm about to
8:30 in the
crack the
morning.
whip on them fools.
Yeah, and yeah, we're getting a letter written on our behalf. It'll be in the letter, and that letter is going to Sacramento.
That's right.
Yeah.
So my placazo will be in Sacramento pretty soon, but we're gonna go speak to the
We're
kids
gonna
on the
speak.
18th.
Yeah, and then Applebee's, Lowe's, they're involved. Friends, Henry's is now involved. We got some, I call them heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're gonna be backing us on this. Walmart, I spoke with a manager at Walmart about a voucher for the schools. So the classrooms will get a voucher, and maybe with that voucher, the kids can go get uniforms or
Yeah.
school supplies or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because there's Walmarts everywhere, there's Applebee's everywhere, there's I don't know Friends Henry's, but I know they're out there just like Forest Lawn, and the gentleman was with Forest Lawn before, and he backed us, and now he's with Friends Henry's, and he backs us, and I just got off the phone with all of them today. So on the 18th, we'll have waters from Lowe's. We'll have all these supplies they're gonna give us for the day.
That's cool.
Got a restaurant gonna give us
And
lunch.
we're gonna be speaking to the youngsters, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll crack the whip on them fools.
Yeah.
What is it? Scare straight?
And it's
So
gonna
like
be,
doing a
after
hall.
the 18 is gonna be once a month.
Once a month.
That's
She
right.
wants him
We're going down
once
there.
every month.
Once every month to
gonna be a
speak with a
blessing, bro.
special group she's gonna put aside now.
Yeah.
After the 18th, it'll be once a month for a special group of troubled kids.
Yeah.
And then some parents. I told her the fathers they can come to the gym and we could do it there.
Yeah.
But we could talk to these fathers. Now my goal is this, and I already got I got a guy who donated a car, a lowrider,
Oh, yeah.
that we would trailer in to the gym on Saturdays or during the week, and have clinics, have these guys who paint and do electrical and body and all these things, right? Interior, come out and work with fathers and kids, mothers and daughters to build this car.
Yeah.
And then at a car show, we raffle it off.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's some real stuff, man.
Yeah, that's cool,
I'm letting
bro.
a lot out.
Yeah,
letting,
but
but
it's
she's a
good.
witness to it. I always say, right, babe? And
Got
somebody
it.
on YouTube said, hey, yo, right, babe, right, babe. But it's right, babe, because she's been there to hear it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah, she's the code. She's
And,
the witness.
Yeah, and I got Applebee's to allow us to do vending on the day that they do for each school. They do that lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
I got Applebee's to allow us to put a car show, little cars display of the lowriders,
Yeah.
and some vendors to do that in the parking lot
That's
for that
cool,
day.
Mark. I'm so happy for you, homie.
For us,
yeah.
for us, because I'm bringing. You gave me what I feel sometimes only a brother would give, and it's not being cliche and all this. You know, I'm comfortable in my manhood. I'm married. I love women, but what you did for me,
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of men go out and do for just anybody. Or
Right.
it should be more of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have a platform. You
Yeah.
have a lot to bring and to show, because fathers, okay, the prison life, the everything you've gone through. There's a lot of things in life, and I tell her, I ain't gonna pretend to be something I'm not. I
Yeah.
can't speak on a lot of things because I wasn't there. I didn't
Right.
do years in prison. I can't talk about that. But as a juvenile, I did some shit, and I could tell,
Yeah.
you know.
You
But
can-
if I,
You can only say so much.
Right.
What you went through.
right, and as a coach at the boxing gym, I tell these kids, I'm not a trainer like that. I'm a manager. I manage. I put
Yeah.
people together. But if I could go get the training for you, or send you to a gym where the training's at, you're gonna go. I'll make that call. If I don't have the answer, I go home and research. I'll find the answer, come back and tell you.
Yeah.
That's who I am. I don't pretend to be anything that I'm not.
Yeah.
So where you come in is
Yeah.
everything that you brought to the table with me, and I'm a father first before I'm anything. To bring that to these fathers that need our
Yeah.
help, that are just like us. You.
It's been hard, homie. It was hard, but you know what, Mark? I think out of this whole meeting, that what stuck on me was the birdbath.
Yeah.
People don't know how it feels when you ain't got nothing, not even hot water running, bro, and you have to get in this little bucket or little area, designated area, and put water over your head, bro. You know, I remember as a kid, my mom would taught us a bird bath. They'd get a bucket and boom, hot water, and then that's it, you know. Um, the most important thing that you said that it, for me was a bird bath. They don't know how it feels. I know how it feels. I know how it is to go without. I know how it is to be locked up like a dog, naked in the cell with ain't nothing there and it's flooded and they beat the living heck out of you and throw you in the dog cell, you know, and I know how it is. I know how it is to go mentally insane. I know how it is to be treated and humiliated and kicked to the curb and you ain't nobody in society, you know, and you're just a 10-time loser and there's no hope for you and get out of here, you know, and you're gonna get life and you know, you just, the way they look at you, the way they stereotype you, the way this, the way that, they didn't expect that from me, bro. But thank God that God gave me the faith, the strength, really, to never give up, you know. And as I'm making it, I want people to grow with me, bro, because as the people who grow with me, then we can get stronger. We can have a big, solid group, you know. I know that making a business is not easy, nowhere near easy. I understand that. That's why a lot of people won't do business like that. But there's a lot of people out there in Hollywood that have done and forgot about our people. They think that they already made it. They might have made it, but their money doesn't make them. You know? Deep down inside, they're just empty like a shell.
I sorry, I don't mean, but I wanted to, because you got a lot to say, and I just want to touch. I always say that money doesn't make the man.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The man makes the money.
Yeah, and it's sad because all these people, when you turn around, bro, you know, you have all these rappers, BET, these rappers, and Black Lives Matter and all that, and I don't hate them for them. Yeah, nah, homie. There's black people, what's up, homie? You know, they hug me. I ain't racist, homie, you know. I'm proud of what God has made me. But if they could build up those big structures, those big old platforms, how come we can't do it, homie? How come our music and all that, in order for them to make it, has to be negative? You know, it has to be all negative on the negative side. We can lock arms. We can't do none of that. And all bashing. Oh, look at this dude. Look at that dude. Nah, man, what we ought to do is come up together. You know, if you can't comprehend where I'm coming from or what I'm speaking, then I guess it ain't for you, homie. I guess you didn't live that lifestyle. To me, it's helping one another. As I help out other people, then God gives me the blessing. My homeboy just moved, my homegirl, she had a rough divorce and whatever. I'm not going to speak on it, but her family's there. They've been through their up and down, and yesterday they got their pad, and it's all messed up. It's all beat up. And I went home, and I told the wife, man, you know what? Emergency meeting. You know such and such? And he goes, yeah, they're back. Yeah, and we're going to bless them. Get the Lowe's credit card, and we're going to go. I don't look at it as the money thing. Because money comes and goes, homie. Yeah. Money will, wherever I've noticed this, homie, anything that I touch, bro, it turns into a blessing. I've noticed that, homie. You know, I've never asked Feria to this day, homie. And everything that God has opened me up the doors, I'm so blessed, homie. You feel me?
Yeah.
But in order for you to understand that, then you gotta flow. You gotta accept what you got coming. And if you could turn around and help somebody out, homie, and lift them up out of the ground, and they're willing to be open to understand what you gotta spit at them, then it's feedment, then we could grow together. But if they ain't gonna take it, that's feedment, that's on you. But if I start blocking off my ways of giving and doing, then my blessing is gonna stop, homie.
That's
you know,
that's
my
what I told
blessing is
you.
gonna it's gonna definitely stop, homie. You know, I don't how can I say it, dog? I live day by day, and I've understood this, Mark. Businesses just don't grow overnight. Not in 10 years. It takes about 15 to 20, and you gotta have the whole family backing it up. That's what I understood. Or you have to have a lot of money to make it grow, you know? Or indeed, if they did have cartel money or dirty money or dope money, whatever kind of money you want, it took a lot of money to invest to make something humongous. As the dreams and the visions that we have, my brother, we started from the bottom. We started with the damn freaking birdbath, homie. I'll never forget that. In this conversation that we had, that birdbath will always stick into my mind. But as we grow, homie, and we see our business proper and our dreams being developed and our visions are growing, as we feed into it and we keep on growing, then God's going to keep on blessing us.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's going to be easy? Heck no. It's going to be the hardest thing that you're going to do in your life. But I've understood this, Mark. If I pursue it, when I die, all that I worked was a mando commando that you had to do in this lifetime. You had to do it. So whine and complain all you want, you're going to have to do whatever task has been placed in front of you by God. Because when it's all said and done, homie, you're going to be just like that individual that handed the keys to you about the gym, because he's going to be dealing with his health. You're going to be dealing with your health, and you're going to die. We're all going to die. But I tell a las llaves, hey, continue this vision. Keep on going. Because when we go meet God, we're going to be like, man, we're done with this lifestyle, or with this lifetime. What's next? The eternal? Vámonos, we're ready. But what are we going to do when we're here, homie? Are we going to sit there with our gifts and not show people? Alfred invites us here at the Cantona. We're here at this business. His family's out. He let me use the restroom in the facility in the house. So where they at? Then it hit me right away. Dang it, his whole family's out, but yet he's here. You know, that's the first thing that hit me in my mind, because every time I go in there, I gotta bless their family with some money so they could buy pizza while we're here, you know? And they're gone and he's here, homie. You know, that's the sacrifice that he's doing. He knows what he has to do, you know? Long as you know what you have to do in this lifetime, you pursue it, homie. Don't ever stop. And don't ever stop giving, homie. And don't ever stop blessing people. That same clecha that was given, that I'm spitting right now, was given to me, an individual that was in my shoes about 15 years ago. You know, you're gonna understand. You don't know it right now. You're gonna do this. You're gonna own your own business. And I'm like, man, homie, I'm in my parole clothes, homie. What are you talking about? You know? Or you're gonna know. And he was from Coachella, a homeboy from Coachella, now. You know, but that's a blessing, homies. Don't ever stop giving. Don't ever stop doing. Don't ever stop, homie. You feel me?
Yeah.
All
And Coachella's invited you. I got 2 shows. Baby Joe and Ruben Gonzalez, the owner of the ranch that does the after party for Coachella. He was on the phone with me today, and he said, "Bring you along. We got a free spot. They're doing a big car shows out there at big parks. The City Cruisers is at the fairgrounds."
Hey, Mark, you know the guy that throws the Coachella Fest, right?
Yeah.
Let's go in there, homie.
They were at the house. Rudy was just at the house, and he's in charge. He sits on the board. And he's in charge of the vendors for Coachella Fest. And he was at our house eating dinner because she fed him. She fed them all.
Mark, what's the numbers on the Coachella Fest? How many people show up?
Oh, wow.
100,000?
200, 300,000.
200,000?
It's global, so
It gets bad.
it gets.
I had the guy in charge. He works for Golden Voice,
Yeah.
and he was at my house eating dinner. And he's told us both that he can get us in all this good stuff. And I was like, oh, all right. And I have him in my pocket. And when it's time, we're gonna do
Let's go
it.
rock it, homie.
We're gonna do it. Coachella. Hey, not only that, but the after party is at Ruben's house. Ruben with
the
the
ranch.
Coachella Cart Club at the ranch. They call it the ranch. So all the performers, the artists that don't perform, they go to the ranch for the after party, and it's crack.
Yeah.
And we're in that too. So I mean,
That's being made. Thank you, my brother. Before we hang up, we're gonna go back to you, bro. Let's put up the flyer real quick.
Yes, sir.
This weekend, you guys, is the Latin Queens. They're donating también. I'm out there sponsoring for that day. That is November 6th. And November 6th, I'm sponsoring this show, but I will be in Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
We'll be in Arizona. We're ready for La Perla with part 2. It's gonna be sick out there. It's gonna be female, but still attend the show. It's sponsored by us. This one is a GoFundMe page. I don't know if you guys know Yaya. She's always sharing. She's always commenting. She tagged me in a group that their mom's house burned down up north. Their dog got almost died. Help out with the GoFundMe. You know what? She shares so much, and she had me in that group, and she's like, "Hey man," so I'm like, "Yeah, feed me." So it's a blessing. Thank you, Yaya, for always sharing. You're a real feed me gente. Gracias. Saludos and prayers and thoughts for you and your familia. And hopefully that you guys reach the feria and you guys please donate. Okay, and next one, the other one, this Saturday, you guys, we will be in the one that you had before this.
Oh, this one?
Okay, this Saturday we'll be at Redondo Beach from 11 to 6. We'll be giving out some placas. It's hosted and sponsored by me. It's hosted by Ali Dangerous Rusty. He's the one that thought of it. But of course, he's my partner. He's a fine, good dude. You guys know Rusty, the guy in the wheelchair, and he's gonna be there. I'm backing him up, and I'm sponsoring it. We'll be there in Redondo Beach this Saturday. What's next? That's it.
I don't see, is this one? No, this one's not.
That's
no.
it. That's it, homie. We ain't got that much flyers, and thank you guys for everything. And so that's it, little man.
That's it.
Alfred. Oh, the
That's
question.
it.
Here's what the question.
Oh, the questions, man. I've been dealing with this technical stuff, man, but throughout the time when I was listening to you guys talking and having this conversation, you guys are about giving, right?
Yes.
What would be the best thing? I know right now you guys are talking about keeping the cultura alive. What would be the best thing you can give your kids?
My calling in life, my blessing, the tradition of giving, what I've been given, like you just said, pass it down. So what I'm doing now is I'm building my son. I have a daughter, and she's taken care of. We've got some personal issues in the family due to the divorce and all that, but I've seen her. G's met her, and we're working things out. But what I'm doing is I'm working really hard to give my son something, because boxing is a poor man's sport. And the things that the boxers have to go through to get in that ring, risk their life for the little bit they get, it's not a glorifying sport. I always say it. I've been in the game 16 years, since he was 8 years old.
They
And
can't
I've
hear
seen-
him.
And I've seen parents, fathers become
can't.
their sport, and it's just it's not that. So what I'm doing is I'm giving my son a foundation.
Mhm.
I'm giving him a platform that he will have a gym, he will have a career, he will have a scholarship in his name, because I'm putting him on it, because it's him, and it's the reason I am in the boxing world, because I don't get in the ring and box. Sometimes I don't even want to be at the gym. I'm tired of it all day. So he loves it, he does it, it's his passion. So that's what I'm giving him. I'm giving him what I have built and was given, like he said, to me. I'm passing it on. I'm passing the torch. But the other day he was just real quick on that. He was scraping the paint off the wall at the gym. He was picking it, peeling it, and I was peeling it with him because the painters were scraping. And he showed up at the gym, and he came and he said, "Dad, you're really doing it." And I got to picking the paint, and he came over with me side to side, and we're peeling paint while the other ones were scraping, right? But I tell him, didn't I tell you it was gonna take some time? 6 years, baby, 6 years, and you got yourself a painted gym. And he's happy and he's smiling, and it felt so good as a father to do that for him. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm leaving him behind. That's what I'm giving my kids. And my daughter will come around and maybe help him run the business because she's smart like that. And my older son, I still talk to him, and I want him involved with his brother. So I'm gonna do a family thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I left the house, though, I have another house I signed off for to get some money to buy this property. I left her the house with the kids and all. But when I first walked, I walked with nothing. I left the car I left with 3 bags of clothes. I moved into the gym. I left to the house, and I put it in my declaration. I think it's when you do the divorce paperwork, you write in the back what you want and don't want. I gave everything. I didn't want nothing. I said,
right.
divide it up to the 3 kids, divide my half, whatever. We're good. And the judge read that, and he's like, wow.
That's right.
So that's what I want to leave behind.
That's right.
A legacy,
Legacy.
a
You-
tradition. You know, my father did this, my father was this, a household name. You know, when they hear Lerma, they wow, that man. Yeah. And my son's carrying it on. My son is a Lerma, so you know what I mean?
You little man?
Me, leave my kids, well, they're all grown, man. The oldest one's 40-something years old. The youngest one is 22. I just want them just to be happy, knowing that God gave me a second, more than a second chance of life. He gave me about 5 chances of life. And as long as they see me happy, I'm good, you know. They see me here and I'm still alive. You know. That if it
Amen.
wouldn't have been for God, I don't know, I'd be gone by now. You know?
Uh-huh.
Long time ago. I actually should have been gone before my mom passed away. You know. But God gave me 5 chances to be here on this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want them to be happy and let them know that God gave me a second chance to keep moving.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amen.
I think to me, a humble spirit, and a heart that seeks after God, you know. And when it's time to fight, they can fight, you know. But have wisdom and discernment, so they'll know when evil comes near them. They know how to defend themselves. But yet, when it's time to be humble, they humble themselves. And when it's time to give, they give. You know, that's what I want to leave. That's the example that I want to leave for my kids. And when I go home to the Lord, so they'll know, you know, like, man, my dad this. Of course, the legacy is going to be there. The business part, the foundation is going to be there. But I think to me that's more important than the business part, because God gave you these kids for a reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to raise them right. And I think to me, a humble spirit and a heart after God, you know, and be faithful, be truthful, you know, and when it's time to fight, they can fight and defend themselves, you know, and discernment between evil and good right away, you know. Right when they shake somebody's hand, oh no, he's up to no good, we'll take you, we'll pray for you, and we're gone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I want to leave behind to my kids, you know. All right, my brother, October, one more, October.
The Halloween dance, October.
The 23rd, right? Do we got that flyer for the Halloween?
Did
We don't know.
No, I don't think I got it.
Okay, you guys buy tickets. We got tickets for the Wolo, October 23rd in the city of Azusa. I think it's so packed. You guys please inbox me for more tickets or out from the Dukes. And that's it for the flyers, right?
That's
for
it.
everything?
That's all we got.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we had earlier. I do know it's because of the music. This is the second time it happens to us.
That's right.
And I knew it. You know, I should have just kept the options off. But anyways, any last words, Mark?
No, I think we covered a lot of it, but thank you for having us. It was a real honor from that video. I never would have thought in a million years, you know, that I'd be sitting here on your station, seeing you on the car and the truck and all those things, man. Just
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. This is a real true honor. It is. It's a proof in fact. It's a proof that I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And I told you, Mark, I want you to do bigger and greater things than me, homie. And you're doing them, brother. You're doing them a lot. And, you know, it takes a lot of energy out of you. But don't ever get discouraged, homie. And I'll have your back 1,000%, my brother. And may God open you up 100 doors, greater and bigger. And always. And if you got something out of that little conversation or that truck when I was filming, run with that bad boy, homie. Run with it. You know, and I've learned that through pastors that held back people that have so much potential, and they end up in hitting walls, you know. I don't want to hit no walls. My brother, if I could open up that door for you, run as fast as you can, because this thing called life, homie. We got to fight in this thing called life, homie. Keep on fighting, have faith, homie.
Yeah. And one more thing before I go, is this for all you husbands out there, man? Love your wife, take care of her, appreciate her, treasure her, because I got a good one.
That's right, my brother. That's right.
She supports me.
Yeah.
So just,
That's
I
right.
want to say that.
All right,
I love
everybody
you, G.
listening. Everybody listening, that's very important.
Yeah, love your wife.
You know, love
Take
your
care
wife.
of them.
Love your husbands
Yeah,
también.
yeah,
dile.
take-
Dile.
yeah.
Love your husband,
Yeah.
But vice versa, homie. What's up, homie? What's up, my sopa? What's up, my fideo, homie? What's up, my fideo, homie? You be tripping, dog.
I see that they're asking for the
The
recipe.
recipe.
Yeah.
That's a servant.
Yeah.
Serving the block?
If you would have seen earlier, he had asked Mark Engels. He says, "Hey Mark, how about renting me the back room?
Oh, yeah.
I hope you don't mind loud music because I play Justin Bieber all day long."
Oh, man.
Sarah's a trip.
That's too much.
It's too much. One of these, we gotta get that guy. We call him the unknown comic.
Comic.
So he like throws up clean comic jokes all the time, you know. But when we're gonna have him here one of these days, we're gonna put him in the cutout box with the paper bag. The unknown comic. We gotta get this guy.
We
in
gotta
here.
get him in here.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mark. You and your
Thank
wife
you.
for stopping by.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having us.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you guys, man.
And thank you guys. Tommy, you logged in late, kinda. We love you and your family. You too, Joe. Everybody that tuned in, logged in and shared. And we apologize for the technical difficulties that we had earlier. But love all you guys and thank you. Thank you, little man, for everything.
You got
And
it.
I'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll be at Redondo Beach. And then on Sunday we'll be in Long Beach, you guys. All right?
All right. Take care.
Saludos and God bless.
God bless.
Take care.
Is that it?